Simplicity is probably the most important single element in achieving full dealership user adoption. If it isn't easy, employees will shy away from deploying the platform. Text is very vital to all auto dealership communications today. With over 8 years of experience in this space, we understand the challenges any dealer faces when they introduce a new computer program to their staff. Let's have Scott Brown show us how simple it is for him to use Text to Drive. Now Scott's logged into Text to Drive and he's going to press that red Start CellChat button so he can contact the customer via text. After he presses it, a window will appear in which he will be able to enter the cell phone number of that customer. Now, if we've already got the cell phone number, he won't have to do this. But in this case, it's a new customer, so he enters the cell number, presses OK, and a text chat window appears. He can either type a customized message or grab a template. He's doing that right now. He needs authorization. He's going to press on that, and once he sees that message, all he does is press send, and the message is sent directly to the customer, and you're going to be able to see both sides of this conversation in just a second. Now what you're going to see is an actual real-time text conversation. The customer's got the message, replies, "What's up?" Sends it off. You'll see on the right-hand side, Scott gets the message, and then he can type a personal message rather than using a template, as he's going to do right now. And he's going to let the customer know that he's going to send him a photo of the problem with the car. He types his message, presses send. You'll see the customer receive it in real time. This is real time. Customer says, "Please do." He wants to see what the problem is. This makes it so much easier to sell service. Now Scott wants to perform certain actions, so he presses the action button, and now he has a choice. He can transfer a conversation, end a conversation, opt out, or send a photo, which is what he's going to do. He finds the photo, finds it on his desktop, says open. It automatically is sent to the customer. Scott doesn't have to do a thing. It's already been sent. You'll see it on the left-hand side. The customers will get on their phone in just 1 second. There it is. There's the photo. Now a conversation can begin about exactly what the customer wants to do because they have the photo. And as they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Now really, could this be any easier? I mean, look what's happening here. There's an actual conversation taking place between a customer and an employee. No need to pick up the phone. No need to leave a voice message. This is instant and easy communication. In just a second, Scott's going to show you another really great feature of Text to Drive and part of the simplicity of the entire platform. He wants to end the conversation with the customer. He presses the end conversation action. He's going to do it right now. He's going to press end conversation, which he does. And after he does, the customer's going to get a message on their phone. And what's important about that is the message the customer receives lets the customer know exactly what to do to get in touch with Scott Brown at any time. Today, tomorrow, a week, a month, anytime they can use the message that's going to come to that customer to reconnect with Scott Brown. And you'll see it in just a second. So the customer has a message. It basically says to them, if you want to reconnect with me, just text my name, which is Scott Brown with no spaces, to 37483, or they can call. So let's say Scott doesn't have Text to Drive as the active screen in his window. And the customer texts in to Scott Brown because they want to reconnect with Scott Brown. Let me show you what happens now. So the customer wants to reconnect with Scott. The customer types Scott Brown as their message. And you'll see Scott's computer will receive a push notification in the top right-hand corner. He presses it, and the dialog box that he was using before is automatically open, and he can start texting with that customer again. Now, if Scott at any time wants to review any conversations he had with anyone that day, he merely goes to his main dashboard, presses view the conversation, and you'll see every conversation he's had will show up in this dialog report window. Another thing that's really important is any manager or dealer administrator can also view these conversations at any time. They're really easy to access. All you have to do is press on View Conversation, and you're seeing the entire transcript of what took place, and it can be printed if you may need it in the future. Now, if a customer contacts an employee and their name isn't in a DMS, their name can be added to Text to Drive within our own built-in CRM. You're going to see it happen right now. Scott has a cell phone number and also has a name, but the system hasn't saved that name with that number. So Scott's going to go in, create the name. It's Phil Esposito. Put some information about Phil into the system, add the phone number, save it, and you'll see what happens. Scott completes creating a customer, and when he's done, he presses save. He's got all the information he needs. The save button is pressed. Now, I also want to point out this. Once a customer's name is in text to drive with their cell number, you merely press on their cell number one time to start a new conversation. No need to ever type their number again. It's happening right now. The number is verified, and the window opens. Now, Phil Esposito is the person assigned to 720-412-3311 by Scott. If Scott wants to contact an employee internally through instant messaging, he merely presses that green little icon with the group on it. He finds who he wants to speak with. In this case, it's Chris Solomon. He types a message, sends it off, and then if Chris is available, Chris will respond to him. Now, one employee can easily determine if another employee is online by merely opening up the internal chat window, and if they're online, you'll know it because it says online in green. You've been watching Scott Brown, and I'm sure you can see text to drive is really easy to use and extremely effective both for external and internal communications at your dealership. It's all through text to drive.